Argentina, Kansas City, whether you were in the stadium or downtown, you were loving the sights. Miami, home of his club, enjoyed it, and of course, in Argentina, what a night it was.
9th birthday, and he is still scoring hat-tricks at the very top level of this game. Alexi Lalas, Zlatan Ibrahimović, Thierry Henry, Rebecca Lowe. You know him so well. You both played with him. Thierry, we have to treasure these days.
Listen, we said before the game that this guy and the guy that we're going to see tomorrow, they're both on the moon. And he reminded us why he is who he is. And Argentina also reminded us that they are the oldest. Let's not forget about them. But Leo is just different. It's just a different topic. So, as you will say, when you give the back to the break or whatever, like Cristiano Ronaldo, Harry Kane, over to you.
Zlatan?
I said it. Watch and enjoy.
True.
That's what we did. There was a day full of stars, and they delivered.
Yeah, they absolutely did, Lex.
Definition of a star is when everybody expects you to star, you deliver. And that's what they did on a consistent basis. But tomorrow's a whole nother day. And like you mentioned, whether it's Ronaldo sitting wide awake right now down in Houston, I'm sure staring at the ceiling thinking, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? Or your friend, Mr. Kane, down there in Dallas. You're up, gentlemen. Let's go.
Yeah.
Bring the stars.
Yeah, we had stars today. We've got stars coming your way tomorrow as well. Our thanks this evening to Zlatan, to Thierry, to Alexi as well. Thank you for your company. So much more on the way. 3 matches down.
How do they keep finding him and giving him the ball when they've got the ball? And it was just, I was excited to see him, and like I said, it didn't disappoint.
I asked Patrick at half-time whether or not they were going to take Messi off and preserve him a little bit, and he said no, absolutely not. Messi decides when he comes off, and I guess he wanted to get his hat-trick first. Let's take you back to 2-0 in the second half. He's the one that's there. He's got the hunger still when Zidane spills it.
Yeah, the game started on the left-hand side with his first touch here. But what was quite really interesting is run inside the box, because this is where you can score the goals. But after the shot of McAllister outside of the box, he's the first one to react. And like Duncan was mentioning earlier on, they are all ball watching, but Messi anticipate, and then he managed to score the goals. Of course, again, I think Zidane is not going to be happy to see that that shot again, because he should do much better than that. And Messi is the only player inside the box is in a movement, and then he scored with the right foot.
Yeah. Is that just his level of intelligence, Duncan, in the football pitch?
Yeah, he's well above the opposition, isn't he? He's such an intelligent player, and it was such a cool finish, wasn't it? His right foot, it's like he was just like, you knew he was going to score it, didn't you? And a wonderful reaction, as Patrick said. A phenomenal player, incredible hat-trick.
Yeah.
His first hat-trick in the World Cup.
Hey, let's see it. Let's have a look at that, Duncan. Were you as impressed with this hat-trick as you were with the brace?
Yeah, it's a great finish, isn't it? Wonderful finish. Great move. And they're looking for him. They're always looking for him. But the Algerian players are nowhere near him, and you always knew once he was in that position, that's going to be a goal. Top quality players finish their chances. And I always knew that was going to be a goal when they got into that position. But they're not picking him up. They're ball watching. They've gave him the freedom of the pitch. You cannot give a superstar the freedom of the pitch. You have to mark him. If you don't mark him, he's going to hurt you, and that's exactly what he did.
That was his 61st career hat-trick. And just a little stat for you, just quickly before we carry on the analysis. Messi scored more World Cup goals after turning 35, which is 10, than these players in their entire careers. Cristiano Ronaldo, Henry, Maradona, Rivaldo, Neymar and Harry Kane. Quite a list there. Kaz, you were having a little look at their build-up play, Argentina.
Yeah. I've enjoyed, obviously, the Messi show, but the combination stuff I really enjoyed. A lot of the time, you see that line there, I found them very vertical, the connections. They can do this, flick round the corners, give and goes, or even up, back and throughs. But this was something that really impressed me. And I'm not a total expert on South American teams, but when I have seen them, this is a common theme. There's that vertical line of the combination again. Look, one player stretches, and then look, it's how do we find the goat? How do we find Messi? How do we let him do his thing? Okay, this pass doesn't come off. But it's a bit of a trend, and it's something that teams are going to have to look through. Again, how do we keep finding Messi? It's not as vertical as the passes before, but it's sort of flick round the corner. McAllister, thank you very much. There's the goat. You go and do your thing. Look, Zidane made a good save in this instance, but I was really impressed We've seen Spain maybe be a little bit horizontal and slow, but this Argentina team, they're direct, they're vertical, and they hurt you.
And the example of where that worked was, Patrick, 1-0 and that brilliant assist.
Yes, of course. De Paul with the ball centrally here. And you can see that there's so many Argentinian players centrally, but they managed to find Messi just behind the Algerian midfielders. And then when Messi is in this position and he's facing the goal, the quality and his talent do the rest of the job. And it was a really cool finish from Messi.
I mean, Messi could have had 5 goals in it, he couldn't have.
Yeah.
He could have had 5 goals, couldn't have? He got one chopped off for the offside, and he got another one went through in the goal, and the goalkeeper made a good save. He could have had 5 goals.
It's a bit boring when he went off.
I can't remember another Argentinian player actually hitting a shot.
You know what's quite incredible when you look at this and you think about everything he's done on World Cup stages? He's never won the Golden Boot. And today was really a day for, like, the people who are in the race for the Golden Boot that you expect to be in and kind of around there, because Haaland scored a brace, Mbappe scored a brace, and then Messi was like, you know what, I'll just get a hat-trick.
That is a good answer from Messi to Haaland and Mbappe. And I think he will be there. He's his last World Cup, and I think he looks in a really good shape physically as well. I know that he came out 10-15 minutes before the end, but he looked really in a good shape.
He still glides across the pitch like he always does. And we were saying, is he going to be played differently? Does he look like he's slowing down? Do you see any signs of that, Kaz?
Nah, not from anything tonight. I thought he was... Even we would speak about sometimes the off-the-ball stuff. I saw him sprinting back. I saw him doing jobs for the team. Not all the time, but he still did his job. But the sharpness in the final third. But I have to say, the team made a movement to get him on the ball as much as possible. And I think I've seen France today, Argentina. Those two teams have been by far the best in the competition that we've seen.
In good shape to defend their crown?
Yes, they are, especially if Messi's in that form, isn't he? He is like a one-man team, isn't he, really? I know it's a bit unfair on the rest of them, but the minute Messi came off the pitch, the game wasn't the same. So, yeah, they're going to have to keep him fit, which obviously he showed a lot of resilience through his career. So, yeah, look, at the end of the day, Messi will have to perform, and if he keeps on performing, Argentina will be a tough team to beat.
A really tough outfit. OK, guys, well, listen, Lionel Messi's 6th World Cup begins with a hat-trick and victory in Kansas City. But his biggest...
Yeah, and I'll say that Rodrigo de Paul had a magnificent match tonight. Yeah. McAllister looked like Alexis McAllister of old. Enzo was good, Kev. He had a lot of touches in the ball. Well, and the champions look like they're ready to go again.
I would say as well, McAllister's off the back of a average season, probably by his standards. Enzo Fernandez would be the same. Rodrigo de Paul, in coming to the MLS, many questioned that he's playing in a lesser league, but these 3 guys look like they're as good as they were.
I mean, it just seems like when they join this team, it's automatic for them. Like you said it, they're just right back where they were in 2022.
I love it.
And they were Stevie's pick to win this thing, certainly looking much better than Kev's pick, which was Spain, who didn't quite get the start that they would have wanted.
We'll see.
It's early days.
Exactly, just
it's early days. I don't want to gloat too early.
Nothing daft in any way, Stevie, just relax.
There's the beauty of watching Messi, but Kev, you picked out some clips as well, that they also know how to win games.
Well, you're a
huge shenanigans.
The beauty of watching Argentina.
Yeah, there's probably a few words I could have used for this.
You use shenanigans.
Yeah,
gamesmanship.
Yeah, there's another word for it.
What would you say, Stevie?
I can't say it. I can't say what we would say in Scotland.
Luke, you loved Copa America a couple of years ago.
Oh, I love Copa America.
The shenanigans at Copa America. And we saw it again today. Rodrigo de Paul gets clattered on the sideline over there at the far side, staying down, rolling around, trying to get the attention. There's an elbow, I think, then from Enzo Fernandez, a little slap in the face by him. And then watch Rodrigo de Paul immediately off the back of that. He's up. He's up.
He's in the attack.
Yeah, he's back in the attack, exactly. Tracking along, waiting to make the run.
He said, if this ball pops to me, I'm giving it to you.
And in the meantime, Lionel Messi's just doing his thing, driving through the middle, setting up a chance. It's incredible watching them. It really is in many different aspects. You can't take your eyes off this team, aside of Lionel Messi. It's what makes them so watchable, isn't it, Stevie?
It really is. It really is. And it's why I think that they can still go all the way. I don't think necessarily they've got the best squad of players. They might not even have the top 3 squads of players at this tournament. But when it comes to the knockout and things get tight and you're hoping for people to stay calm or have a big moment, whether it's, you know, a tackle or stopping the game, delaying the game, that's why they're the best, Janine. They've done it so often.
There's so many elements to these tournaments, and it's a long tournament to get to the end. They did it in 2022. You need a little bit of that. You need the moments that are going to get you through games, whether they're tight contests or comfortable contests like we saw tonight, but I'm with Stevie. Argentina's my pick, so it's a good start for this team in this
just
tournament.
going, just because they've won today, that's it, they're done now.
No, we said this yesterday.
It
was on camera, too.
No.
So
but you've also got reasons for Argentina as well, so let's not, you know, that's a bit of
that's fine.
Yeah.
They just happen to also be really good, so it's fine.
Argentina winning it by 3-0 against Algeria. You know who'll have been watching this in a little bit of trepidation? Players from Austria and Jordan who still have